You are looking at a 2016 Shasta Oasis 25BH bunkhouse model. This particular trailer is about 2 weeks old. Um, just got it a couple of weeks ago and just wanted to give you a little tour since there's not too many walkthrough videos on the internet of this particular floor plan. So I think one of them is actually a few days old by the time we're filming this, and then the other one is a 2014 model, so there's a few changes that were made. So we're just going to start off with a few specs on it. From hitch to tail, it's 28 feet 11 inches long, and this particular unit weighs just over 4,400 pounds, which is pretty much as this particular floor plan is going to weigh. You might top out at about 4,500, but we've got a few options on here that add some weight to it. So pretty much 4,500 is what you're going to be looking at as far as weight. So easily towable with a half-ton pickup or SUV. So we're going to take a look here at some of the exterior features first. Got dual propane tanks up here in the front. Comes with a 2 5/16 inch hitch. So, battery back here behind propane tanks. And moving over this way, they've got a nice little utility light in front. So that way, if you're unhitching or hitching at night, you've got a little light assistance there. Got a nice diamond plate rock guard here in the front, which is a lot higher than what you see on most RVs. Help avoid some chips and rocks from pointing back from the truck. Let's see, we've got also pass-through storage in front. So it goes from one side to the other, plus there's access underneath the bed, which is right above us there. So plenty of storage, more storage than probably anybody's going to need on this thing. We got a 17-foot awning, which is pretty big for this particular model in this class. So there you go. There's plenty of shade. Like I said, it's 17 feet long, bigger than what you'll see on most of them. It's got this nice little feature here where if you get a lot of water collecting on it, the weight of it will just basically dump it down. So that's a nice little feature having on this. Let's see, moving off to the side here. Our wheels aren't standard or even an option on an Oasis. We've got the optional mag wheels that only come on the Shasta Flight, and we made a little special request to go with the mag wheels because it looks a little bit nicer than the white steel RV wheels that are standard. And Shasta was really compliant for that request, and there was no problem whatsoever. So we got those, and it looks a lot nicer than what the standard wheels are. Let's see, we've got 110 outlets here for when you're cooking outside. The glass on this is incredibly dark. Helps out a lot, you know, on hot summer days, keeping some of the heat out. So, and as you can see, you really can't see inside it, and during the day you definitely can't see anything inside. That's a nice little feature on those. Moving to the back here. Oh, and also the power awning is optional. Standard is just a manual awning. We went with the power one. 4-inch bumper houses your sewer hose. Spare tire is also an option, which we went with, as everybody should. This is not an option. We bought that at Camping World if anybody's interested. Another nice feature on this are the 4-inch spouts on the ends of the gutters up there. So that really deflects, when you have a heavy rain, it really deflects nicely all that water off to the side instead of running down the side. Moving off to the side here. Another option we went with was an exterior shower. And this is a nice little feature if you got kids that have dirty feet, or just whatever use you want to use on this. Nice little option here. It's both hot and cold water. And this is one of the few options that you can get on an Oasis. There aren't too many options on this model, so this is one of them we went with. Cable and satellite hookups here. Those are pretty standard. 30 amp power cord, which retracts into the trailer. This is your typical stuff over here. This is your vent for your fridge, furnace. This is your 6-gallon DSI hot water heater, fresh water fill, and then your city water fill here. And your vent for your range up there. Let's see, moving on to this back on this side is our the other side of our pass-through storage. So as we saw on the other side, a lot of good storage you can put in this thing. This actually, the cargo carrying capacity of this particular model is just over 3,000 pounds, which is pretty good. Again, most people probably never put that much in it, but it's there if you need it. It's got a manual tongue jack. And on the flight model, that is optional for the power tongue jack as well. So that covers the exterior. We'll move inside. All right, this is the main living area here. There's I believe I'm not sure the length on it. My apologies, but we got a jackknife sofa here that makes into a bed, so you can get a couple of kids on there probably if you need to. So that's a nice little added feature, and just super easy to get up and down there too. Cabinet space up on top. Lots of storage in this thing. More than you're probably ever going to need again. Got full extension drawers here. A little cubby hole down here. And some cabinet space down here, which is where all your plumbing is. 60/40 inch or 60/40 residential sink. With a nice long gooseneck on that. Got a 3-burner stove from Atwood with the optional oven. This too is an option on the Oasis. High point microwave, range, 6 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer. It's Dometic. Another cubby hole up here. Got some storage back here in these cabinets. These are 31 bags for you folks who happen to know what 31 bags are. And they fit perfectly in here too, so we got 4 of those in each one to house pots, pans, paper plates, that kind of thing. We have down here our furnace, and that is actually ducted. There's only 2 ducts. One is in the bathroom and one is up in the front bedroom as well. Back here in the bathroom, got a 36-inch tub with an exhaust fan up on top, a Thetford foot flush toilet, medicine cabinet, vanity. It's not the biggest in the world, but for a small family, it's definitely adequate. Another option back here in the bunks is this top bunk. The option is a 48-inch full, which is what is standard on the bottom. A single, which is about from here over, is standard. So we went with the full. Kind of nicer because on the standard, this whole area is open here. So if you've got little kids, it's kind of nice to have this full thing, so that way one of them doesn't roll off down into the other bunk at night. So that's why I went with the full bunk on top. Moving over here, more storage here, but you know, we've got these two little painting things here, so that's just a few things you can put. We bought this 28-inch Vizio TV, got it at Walmart, fits perfectly in this case. It's got hookups for your antenna, which is up on top, an outlet, your cable and satellite hookups are over there on the side. That's a really nice addition. It fits really good in there. You can get a mount back here. We chose not to. We're just going to remove it every time we come into camp. We're keeping the box and storing it underneath the gaucho there. 4-person dinette. Storage under each cushion here. So these pop up. And so you can store under both from here all the way over to the wall. So there's plenty of storage to kind of keep things tight when you're traveling. And this does, the 2 poles under here do remove, and this will drop down here, and you can make a bed out of this too with the cushions. Nice big window here, which we really like. This window right here slides open and gives you a nice little breeze coming through. Over here is your power center. So we've got our battery readout here, your water pump, water heater, your awning switch, and interior lights, and your exterior porch light. Now, another thing, AC. It's a 13,500 BTU rooftop air conditioner. We went with the ducted AC, which is an option on this. So these are all AC ducts up here that you see up on the ceiling. Now, really good feature, especially if you have the bunk model, because it can get pretty warm back there. So there is a duct for the top bunk, so that kind of helps that kid or person stay a little bit cooler, and they're not, you know, boiling back there when it's hot out. One nice little feature on this too, if you're cooking and you want some more cold air right in the kitchen area here, you can open up these vents, and this will blast air directly out of here. And it cuts down on your duct work a little bit, but if you need some cooler air while you're cooking, you can just pop these open, and then you'll have a little bit more cool air up here. And this is the control unit for the AC and the furnace right here. The flooring, this is a one-piece Congolium floor. It's got the really nice wood plank look to it, which a lot of RV manufacturers are going with nowadays, which I personally like a lot better myself than the tile type stuff. But there's a one-piece, it's Congolium. It's got a 3-year warranty against cold cracking. And it just really sets off the interior really nice. And moving back here in the bedroom, we've got a 60 by 74 queen size bed, and there is storage underneath, which we have right here, and that is also accessible, as we saw earlier, from the outside as well. Got a nice little shelf up top. We've got 2 closets on each side, both with a dowel rod. Got some hangers. They fit bag, you know, just a small weekend bag, really nice, and some other things you need to get in there. There's also up in this corner over here, cable hookup and an outlet if you want to mount a TV on this wall that separates from the living area too. Got 2 emergency windows on each side. Again, the bed is a 60 by 74. We put a 2.5-inch memory foam on it, and it really helps out a lot. You know, it's a basic RV mattress underneath, so you know, you're not going to get the best sleep on something like that. So we added the 2.5-inch memory foam we got at Sam's Club for about $100, and we had to cut off a little bit on the end because it was just about 6 inches too long, but it fits and sleeps perfectly now. So got a couple overhead lights, a couple of reading lights here over the bed. Got your duct up there for the AC, and back over on this wall down in the corner is the duct for the furnace down on the floor. So that covers the interior, I believe. Again, this particular model weighs about just over 4,400 pounds. Really good if you got a family of, you know, 4, or, you know, with the size of the bunks back there, you could get, you know, a couple of adults back there too. So, you know, you could even sleep in this thing with some teenagers or anybody really. It's a really nice unit. You know, it's pretty easy to tow. You know, we're pretty happy with it so far. Like I said, we've had it 2 weeks, been out with it once. Not a whole lot of problems with it. Everything works, fortunately. You know, it's a really good trailer. It's affordable. This particular model, you shouldn't have to pay any more than about, depending on where in the country you are, because there are some areas of the country that, you know, obviously it's going to cost more due to shipping and that. But, you know, you shouldn't be paying more than 14,000, 15,000 range for this particular model. So, like I said, it's about right at 29 feet long, and gives you a lot of nice room. You're not on top of each other. There's no slide out either, if you notice, and that's something we like, because just kind of, there's plenty of room here. You don't really necessarily need a slide out in this, I don't think. But if you do, they make the 25 RS model, which does have a slide, and things are positioned a little bit different in the 25 RS, but it's also a bunkhouse that is essentially the same dimensions. It weighs maybe a couple 100 pounds more than this. And so that is our tour of a 2016 Shasta Oasis 25BH. Hope you've enjoyed it. We got this particular model at Mount Comfort RV in Greenfield, Indiana, and if you're in the market for one, I highly suggest doing business with them. They do give you great service and a great deal. So I don't work for them, I'm just a happy customer. Thank you.